अपने को ना, I was telling this to Arjun, अपने को ना पूना को बैक पे लाने का है. Fucking this place doesn't know its own potential, and I think we are the guys here. This is the generation which is gonna put Pune on the map.
Yes.
Because if this generation can't, ना नहीं होने वाला.
Yes, नहीं होएगा.
करते कुछ अच्छा करते
इंशाल्लाह.
I think you were the first guy in this area to start a turf.
Right.
Why did you start that?
We used to travel all the way to the city to play. You remember, right?
Yeah.
So someone had to do that, right? So why not be me first, right? So that's the reason, that was the thought कि मैं इतना दूर जा रहा हूँ इतना time से, and I was into hotel line that time. So I wanted to do something with sports, because that industry did not interest me that much. So that is how football came to PCMC, how we started, and we were the first turf in PCMC, and we got an amazing response.
Yeah.
And from there we started building on it. And now, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to improve the platform that we've given to a lot of people over here. Now what we're trying to do, what I aim to do right now is I want to build a footballing community in PCMC, which we've already started for a couple of years now. हम लोग एक बहुत अच्छा काम तो कर रहे हैं regarding that, but I think there's 3-4 years more, and we'll have a very good community in football in PCMC. That's the aim.
Community building aspect से क्या missing है to make the community more well knit, to have some kind of regular conversation and to and fro of talent. ऐसा I'm not sure.
This question जो तू मेरे को पूछ रहा है ना, this was the question that I asked myself 3-4 months before, and that is how Elite Premier League was born.
Okay.
So we wanted something. What we were doing is every Friday and Sundays we used to have a group of 18 people, 24 people coming together who wanted to play for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
So what we started doing is we used to divide 18 or 24 of us into 4 different teams.
Okay.
All right, and then we started playing all tournaments, all matches for a couple of hours.
Okay.
So we started doing that, and after that, how we transformed was we got in trophies just to make it more interesting. And this was all going on a WhatsApp group.
Okay.
All right, and people were sharing. And after a Friday game, I think, when we distributed trophies for the first time, and I've reached back home at around 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Next day I've gotten up and I see people have put stories on Instagram. And और ये सिर्फ दोस्तों में खेला हुआ एक छोटा सा इवेंट 2 घंटे वाला, उसके अंदर लोग ने जाके Instagram पे स्टोरीज डाला है, some have captured the moments और वो रील्स में डाला हुआ है. And that is how Elite Premier League was really born, कि ऐसे कुछ था कि ओके ये करने से लोगों में इतना मजा आ रहा है, so why not involve the whole of PCMC and also invite people from PMC.
Okay. Okay.
And that is how we started with Elite Premier League. And I think Elite Premier League का जो league जैसे चल रहा है, so it is an all play all league. You get to play with each and every team twice, and you have a lot of things.
Cross group also.
So we divided them into 2 groups. So you're playing all play all in your groups, and then we have top 2s from both the groups coming in, and then again they're going to play against each other. So that's how the top 4, and then we'll get our champions eventually, like that. Yeah. So, but what happens is when you're getting so many teams together, right? So there are matches only for half an hour. So there are a lot of build up, a lot of people coming in, watching the games. Then there is predictions are going on, who's going to win. Then we have captured all this stuff on Instagram. So we have a very good footfall on the Instagram where people are going and, getting updated about the results, about the scores. And the best thing what has happened here is, because we've started this in PCMC, all right, there are many people, who used to play football in school, college level. उसके बाद सब अपना काम में लगने के बाद majority ने football खेलना छोड़ दिया है. Because of Elite Premier League now in PCMC, I have seen कि जो लोगों ने स्कूल कॉलेज में छोड़ दिया था फुटबॉल खेलना देखना, बट नाउ व्हेन दे सी कि अरे ऐसा कुछ चल रहा है, एंड व्हेन दे सी कि अरे मेरा क्लासमेट, मेरा दोस्त अभी तक खेल रहा है एंड ही इज डूइंग सो वेल, सो एवरीवन इज कमिंग to the turf and enjoying the game
as spectators.
Okay. And now they have this thing कि अरे हमको भी खेलना है, we want to come back to fitness, we want to join you all. So वो वैसे वापस जो गया था दूर फुटबॉल से वो वापस आ रहा है कि just because कि अरे अच्छा है, it's a I shouldn't have left football because these guys still stuck together and these guys are still playing together. So somewhere उन सबको है feeling कि यार खेलना तो है वैसे.
Okay. You had this idea at 3A. What did you do next?
So eventually, what we did is next, I just called one of the guys, Shibu. So yeah, he's been into football for a very long time, and he's also got selected for India now for futsal. So I shared this idea with him that we want to do this in PCMC. What do you think? What are the challenges? I don't find there is any challenges. The biggest advantage that we have is that we have our own turf. So we can do anything we want, and time is not an issue. Money is not an issue. We will do anything and everything to start off with this league. He was all in for it. And that is how we started building the team. So once we had the technicalities of the league understood from Shibu, so then we approached someone to take care of social media. So that's how we got two of the designers. And then we wanted to, have a content creator, who will be able to explain what exactly is happening at Soccer Den, and who will be able to understand the emotions and write them into words. That is where Ajjo came in.
Okay.
And that is how we started.
You already knew him, Kerala.
So I knew him from a very long time. Like we from the same school, but I did not know him from school.
Yeah.
We used to play together at some turf where we used to travel all the way. And that's how we knew each other. And then Soccer Den started, and then he's been a loyal Soccer Den for a very long time now. Yeah. And that's how we knew each other, because we used to play every week together on our turf. Yeah.
Okay. So then you've assembled your team.
Right.
You have an idea of what the format is going to be.
Right.
Fir kya? What about the sponsorship? How did you go about that? Like getting the brands involved and like wo kaisa gaya?
It was very difficult, approaching someone, telling someone, for me to convince myself कि I will have to go and speak to people and ask for sponsorship.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why it was difficult. Because अगर 10 लोग हैं ना नीरज, उसमें से ना 8 लोगों को तू क्रिकेट बेचने जाएगा ना, वो आंख बंद करके खरीद लेगा. वो 2 ही लोग हैं 10 में से जिसको फुटबॉल पता है कि क्या है. एंड प्रॉब्ली अभी जस्ट वर्ल्ड कप होता है ना, तो उसके बाद 1 साल तक आई थिंक वो जोश लोगों में रहता है कि अरे फीफा वर्ल्ड कप हुआ है, वर्ल्ड्स बिगेस्ट स्पोर्ट इवेंट हुआ है. बट वो फेड आउट होना चालू होता है धीरे 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 धीरे. सो समवन हु डजंट अंडरस्टैंड फुटबॉल ना, ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू गिव यू 1 rupee also. That is what my experience is telling me now that I've spoken to so many of them. So there is, at that point of time, what I decided was कि I'll go and ask for sponsorship from someone who's been playing football, who plays football, who understands football, who has a passion for that game.
Okay.
And that is how we approached Tanmay Farande.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's been playing football from quite some time, from school time. He's been one of those young super talents that we had in Ursulas. And so I met Tanmay. I told him how this is going to work. He liked the idea that something like this is coming to PCMC. He was excited about it. But somewhere he was also stuck because it's his business after all. So he has to think about the money that is going to go out. It should be value to him also, what we're going to offer. So, but later he just came back to us saying that he wants to help us and he's going to go ahead with the sponsorship. And so before the event, we just had a couple of them on board with us. Once the event started, within 2 days, I was flooded with calls, Instagram messages, WhatsApp messages that they want to sponsor us for our events. Because at that point of time, we were trying to sell something which we had never done it before. And it was just a vision, it was just an idea that we were selling. So I think they were not convinced by the way I was telling them, or they couldn't, I couldn't make them imagine how the event was going to be. But probably when they saw what happened at the event and how it started, that time they realized, oh, ये जो भी बोल रहा था वो सच था, सपने नहीं दिखा रहा था.
That's wonderful. Where did this idea come of live streaming? I'm very interested about that.
So live streaming, we just had an event recently done, right? the CMS Cup that I told you about, right? So we had live streaming over there also. Yeah. And we wanted to do live streaming because एज अ प्लेयर मैं खेला हूँ बहुत सारे टूर्नामेंट्स, ठीक है. मैं जब घर जाता हूँ तो मेरे को सिर्फ मेरा पिक्चर्स मिल सकता है. दैट वाज इजीली एक्सेसिबल कि कोई भी टूर्नामेंट में तेरा फोटोग्राफ्स देखो मिलता है. बट फोटोग्राफ्स देखने के बाद एक टाइम था कि हाँ ठीक है फोटोज मिल गया, समझ गया. बट अगर मेरे को वीडियो मिलता है, मैं खेलने के बाद मैं घर जा रहा हूँ और मेरे को वीडियो मिल रहा है, सो दैट इज वेयर आई एनालाइज वेयर आई मेस्ड अप, वेयर कैन आई इम्प्रूव, how my team can improve, है ना. And probably when you reach a certain level in the game, right, you want to show off. You know, you want to show like तू इतने साल का जो मेहनत किया है, you've reached that height, so you want to show your friends, you want to keep it on your social media, you want to show it to your parents. जो स्कूल से तेको ताना मारते हैं कि फुटबॉल तेको कहीं नहीं लेके जाएगा, बट एटलीस्ट उनको तो दिखा सकता हूँ मैं कि देखो मैं ऐसा खेलता हूँ. Not everyone has the time, not everyone is, you know, so interested to come and watch a game. So probably have a video, have a recording of that and, you know, show it to them. So that's where we came, that we wanted to do it live streaming.
Now the tournament is in its last phase, almost. Now only the final
2 weeks. Yeah.
अभी तक what has been your learnings? Like Ajay, you tell me, like what has, यार ये तो मैंने सोचा नहीं था. Pleasant and unpleasant, like learning wise क्या लग रहा है?
The first thing I'll say is, you know, any event that you do, there's a vibe to that event. Vibe. हर एक event का पार्टी होस्ट करो, एक vibe अच्छा रहना चाहिए. आप ट्रैकिंग जा रहे, एक vibe अच्छा रहना चाहिए. So I think what I saw in the last 2 weeks is that, or last 3 weeks, is that the vibe that is required for any tournament, any event, we've got it right. Because we've got the right people, we've got the right crowd, we've got the right, even footballing wise, we've got the vibe right. Jets A versus Butter 7. That is good football match. Like quality 6 players that side, quality 6 players this side. So you're getting that right. So you can judge it, oohs and ahs and, you know, those edge of the, when as he said, I write captions, right? When I'm writing caption, edge of their seat, I understand what that person, when you write edge of the seat, you're actually on the edge of the seat because you're right in the action. So that way, if you look at it, things that I never expected that, okay, this is what we are getting out of it, but we got there. I was not looking for this, but we got it right there. Okay, fine, we're getting some things right. So the vibe is one of the first things. Big learning curves, we know, in the sense that even before the tournament started, even we both had conversations where he said, okay, this is going to be a learning curve. So let's make sure, okay, these things are very important. We have to ensure that these things are improved upon and things like that. So ऐसे चीजें बहुत so such learning things are coming, even football wise or even from the outside price, even when I spoke to you. So I feel that there are a lot of things that we can do which is development based outside and inside that way.
Now there's no age group, right? Is there
No,
it's an open tournament.
It's an open tournament.
Is there a plan ki yaar, we want to experiment with the age group thing? Do you think there's any merit there?
So the next project that we have is a baby league. Baby league, where we have under 10s, under 13s and under 15s. It's going to be the same league that we have. It's going to be an all play all 10 team restricted league in PCMC. That we might kick off from August first week.
Okay.
Yeah. And after that, October we'll be having the Elite Premier League at Dhanori. Once the open age group category Elite Premier League is over in October, November we'll be having Baby League in Dhanori itself. Yeah, that's for the same age group.
I think the shorter format has more excitement than the longer format. Can we say that?
Yeah.
It does. It does. I think the shorter format has
it's very fast.
Faster.
The game is very fast.
I think because of it's faster. I think that's why that excitement towards shorter format. I think infrastructure भी कम ही लगता है, तो it's easier to do that. But ये सब बोलते समय भी I still feel I don't really think इन लोग सब लोगों ने I don't know. Again, I think I'm sounding cocky there. I don't think they've really understood the potential of this particular project because, like you said, the scouting वाला एक angle. Just by analyzing that, you said, okay, there is an angle कि scouts आ सकते हैं under 17, under 19, under 20. तो वो है. I don't think people उस angle पे सोचना चालू किए. They're looking for money. ठीक है. By money, I'm not trying to demean that whatever they're trying to do. I'm looking at tournaments, money, and then okay, next year I want to do that. Not कि वो जो byproduct वाला जो angle that we also discussed. That there is some really good, because there is one point that you mentioned as a youngster. If I would have given you, okay, you know what, your space is getting down at 30. This was your example, which makes complete sense to me. Yeah, at okay, after 30 minutes I'm slowing down. 30 minutes के बाद क्या क्या कर सकता हूँ कि मैं improve कर सकूँ. So if we are able to do that, and what I like about this whole, even including you, including with Kayyum, whenever I'm talking, it's a long-term project. It's always कि हाँ फ्यूचर में क्या कर सकते हैं, कि इससे बेनिफिट्स आगे क्या हो सकते हैं इसके. तो I think that's one thing that is different with us. I think we are looking at it a longer कि डेवलपमेंट क्या होगा, not the tournament, not just the tournament development. Football development in real time, what are the advantages that we are putting in, right from scouting to
and so what's the, you know, when you told this to, let's say, who was the first player you told this to कि भाई तू आजा मैं ऐसा कर रहा है,
player wise I think it was our thing only, our group only, where we play every day. Soccer Den का एक है ग्रुप है ऐसे, मतलब प्राधिकरण के ही सब लोग हैं उसमें, और अपना स्कूल का ग्रुप है चिंचवड पिंपरी, वहाँ का सब एक ही ग्रुप में है. सो दैट इज वेयर वी प्लेड अ गेम, एंड दैट इज वेयर आई डिस्क्लोज्ड इट टू देम कि भाई लोग रेडी हो जाओ, कुछ बड़ा आ रहा है, तूफान आ रहा है. तो फिर वहां से एक्साइटमेंट चालू हो गया कि वो लीग आ रहा है, एंड पीपल वर लाइक कि ओ शिट लीग है तो मजा आएगा. बट देन आई ड्रॉप्ड अनदर थिंग कि लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग होगा मैचेस का. So they were like, oh shit, ऐसा भी है. So they were like कि sponsors आ रहा है, photographs रहेगा, referees रहेगा, and it's going to be a proper well-organized league where we're going to have a cash prize of 50,000, and it's going to be a month-long festival that we are going to have. So yeah, that's how the excitement began, and people then started, you know, practicing. People started calling players कि अरे तू कहाँ है, तू खेलेगा क्या, मैं तेरा पैसा भरता है, I will pay you to play matches, तू हमारे टीम से खेल. And then वो वहाँ से build up होते होते हिस्सा सब चालू हुआ. And now, so one of the reactions that I told you from one of the parents.
Yes.
So what happened is one of the players, okay, who was playing now. So I think third day or the second day, he's come with his parents. I am inside managing a match and all's going on, taking the score sheets down. So he's like कि भैया आपका 2 मिनट मिल सकता है क्या? So I was like हाँ बोलना क्या हो गया करके. बोला मेरे पेरेंट्स आए आपसे मिलने के लिए, उनको आपसे कुछ बात करना है. And I know that he's not from here. He's come all the way. He's traveled 20 kilometers to Soccerden and he's coming to play the league over here. So I was like, अरे definitely चलते कहाँ है करके. So I went there and I met them and all. So I spoke to that guy's father and he was so emotional. He's like कि बेटा आपने ये जो किया है ना, मैं बहुत खुश हूँ आपसे, और आपको भगवान बहुत जिस चीज में भी आप हाथ डालो आप वहां पे आपको सक्सेस मिले. क्योंकि मेरा बेटा वो जो 5th स्टैंडर्ड से प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, उसके पास जूता नहीं होता था, तो मैं उसको 2 महीने बहलाता था चीज़ों में, और क्योंकि हमारे पास उतने फंड्स नहीं रहते थे तो मैंने 2 महीने के बाद उसको जूता दिलाया है, और वो तब से खेलते आ रहा है. और इसका जो फर्स्ट मैच जो कल हुआ, वो फर्स्ट टाइम था जहाँ पे हमने हमारे घर में मैं इसके मम्मी ने और इसकी बहन ने हमने टीवी पे हमारे बेटे को खेलते हुए देखा है. और वो देखने के बाद जो हमारा जो फीलिंग है ना, वो हमको आपको आके थैंक यू बोलना था. एंड यू नो दैट वाज द डे, यू नो, मेरे को ऐसे लगा कि यार चल कुछ तो डिफरेंस कर लिया है अपन ने. बट यार इधर रुकना नहीं है. When I'm very thankful that because they came down and they've given me this compliment. I think that compliment might take Elite Premier League to a very different level.
EPL in the next 3 years, क्या होगा? Like not to both of you, कोई question है, क्या लग रहा है?
I think we'll be at the national level at least.
National level.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. At least.
Heard it here first. Lovely. Cool. Okay, चलो यार. Thank you so much, Kayyum.
Thank you so much, Neeraj.